This week's Torah portion is Bamidbar, and in it we talk about the flags, the Gola. Now, these flags weren't like the ordinary flags that nations use today. The flags, the idea behind them is that each one was a description of that tribe's unique strengths. So, for example, Yehuda, the tribe of Judah, their flag had a picture of a lion on it, and in addition, it had 3 Hebrew letters, Aleph, Yud, Yud. What is this all about? And it was blue. So the color blue represents royalty. The 3 Hebrew letters, Aleph, Yud, Yud, represents the 3 patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And the king vows to defend the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And each flag was significant because it represented each tribe's unique role in the Jewish nation. Yehuda, Judah, their role was royalty, hence the colors. And the flags, the interesting thing is the flags did not go up immediately. They were only raised the 2nd year after the Jewish people left Egypt. And the question is why? Why did they wait till the 2nd year to raise their flags? Why didn't they put them up immediately when they left Egypt? And the answer is going to give us an insight into a lot of areas in life, into family, into community, and to relationships. People first need to build a common goal before they can focus on their own personal strengths. The Jewish people, the first thing they needed to do was to build a tabernacle in the wilderness, a mishkan. By doing so, they were showing we are rallying against God, with God, around God, to show that this is the centrality of the Jewish people. That was our objective in the desert. We had just come out of a nation, we were slaves, and now we came out to be a nation together with God. Over 1,000 years ago, Reb Sadia Gaon wrote, the Jewish people were a nation only by value of their Torah, and therefore we needed to come out of Egypt, we needed to get the Torah, and now as a nation, we can start moving on. Now, once we have internalized our message as a nation, then of course, each person and each tribe can view their own individual talents. So if we're not united in our goal, then our different strengths will divide us as opposed to bring us together and uniting us. We're in North Carolina here, and the legendary coach of UNC, of the Tar Heels, was Dean Smith. And Dean Smith once said that superstars are usually not on winning teams because their goal is not the team. It's how many points they can score. Whereas winning teams are made up of players whose goal is the team, and therefore it's a bunch of individuals using their strength toward the team, toward the bigger goal, and that's why they have a better chance of winning and scoring. The first thing the Jews needed to do when they left Egypt was set up a tabernacle, set up the Mishkan, in order that they would be reminded of their goals as Jews, basically setting up a synagogue. Only after that had been established, then they could set up the flags. And then they could reach, once they had a common goal, then they could use their own individual strengths, and each tribe with its strengths could use that for one united goal. And this is a message that has a lot of applications in our life. In a marriage, when each partner has his or her own goals, aside from the main goal of the marriage and growing together in the marriage and a family, this can be very difficult for them to come together because they do not have a united goal. The united goals are their own individuality. Whereas if they have one goal, each individual can help the other to achieve his or her goals, and the marriage will be united under that one goal. So too with building a community. When the community is a group of individuals who have their own vested interests, it's not going to work nearly as well as it's going to work when they say, we want to build a united Jewish community. Therefore, if there are different agencies in the community, they can work together, blending seamlessly, because each just is looking out for the bigger good. And so when the Jews placed their flags in the second year of the desert, that was to publicize that they needed to imbibe their goal. After they had the Mishkan, the tabernacle, that portable synagogue, then they could put up the flags, which were basically to remind them of their strengths, and that individuality is our greatest strength, but only when we use it for a higher cause. So whether it's love, whether it's marriage, whether it's in a job, whether it's community, we all need to know that our goals are of crucial importance, our individual goals, but we need to harness them all toward the goal of the bigger picture in whatever that is, whether it's the marriage, whether it's the community, whether it's the city, whatever that happens to be. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.